Mind calm, body at ease, breathing quiet, sentiment benevolent. Dharma friends, sitting still in vital silence, wanting nothing, we practice eco-Buddhism together. The sound of the temple bell booms for all to cease from conflict. May the way of Buddha usher in the dawn of non-violent global village forever. Here is the after sound of the bell. Thunder of silence, light after Dharma rain. Vairocana Mahamudra Mani Padme Jvala Pravartaya
Please stand. Muggy morning, this 17th of July 2022. I'd like to welcome all of you in from the 10 directions. It's a very special day in our community, in our Sangha, where we will be present and participating in the Precept, formerly becoming Buddhist ceremony. Some of our friends and members, and in the appointment as Joel Rector of this temple service for our beloved priest, Maum Gloria Cox. So welcome, welcome, dear friends. Let's start with the 3 refuges. For those of you who are new, the 3 refuges are a part of every service that we have. Going to refuge to the 3 jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So please throw your energy and voice in as best you can. Please repeat an English translation of the Refuges after me. I go for refuge to the Buddha.
I go for refuge to the Buddha.
And resolve with all beings.
And resolve with all beings.
I will cultivate a heart of enlightenment.
I will cultivate a heart of enlightenment.
And realize the great way.
And realize the great way.
I go for refuge to the Dharma.
I go for refuge to the Dharma.
And resolve with all beings.
And resolve with all beings.
I will penetrate the teachings.
I will penetrate the teachings.
And uncover oceans of wisdom.
And uncover oceans of wisdom.
I go for refuge to the Sangha.
I go for refuge to the Sangha.
And resolve with all beings.
And resolve with all beings.
I will seek peace and happiness for the many.
I will seek peace and happiness for the many.
And transform this world into Buddha lands unimpeded.
And transform this world into Buddha lands unimpeded.
Please be seated and turn your mats and cushions a little bit in this direction. Testing. Testing. Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
First, we have the precept-taking ceremony and renewing ceremony. I know there are many of you here who have already taken the precepts. And often we have a special ceremony separate for those renewal people who want to renew. But today, if you wish, please take this ceremony, all you already Buddhist folks, as your renewing of precepts. This is about solidarity. Jagwa, could you please read to us the way of the Buddhist?
The way of the Buddhist. Buddhism teaches gentleness, compassion, serenity, wisdom, love of nature, and realization of the true nature of all beings. Buddhism prevails when these values are upheld and practiced. Therefore, cultivate your body, mind, and speech through your Buddhist practice of prostrations, meditation, chanting, and sutra reading, so that you will become a living instrument for the Dharma, the teachings of Buddhism. Cultivation of your body, mind, and speech will, without fail, lead you to the realization of the three jewels of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, that is, peace, love, and happiness. Your body-mind is Buddha Dharma. Your environment is the way. Walk and light the way, and cultivate the Buddha field for all beings. Ultimately, there is no suffering, no sorrow, and no death. Be diligent. Do not neglect cultivation of the way of the Buddha. Attain freedom for the happiness of all beings and the peace of the world.
Thank you. Next, taking precepts and making commitment to the way of Buddha. So, will those who are taking precepts, I think there's 3 of you present, please come and share these 2 cushions. These are called the Royal Dharma cushions. Yeah, please come too.
Yeah. Come up first. I didn't see you were here. Thank you.
This is our official photographer.
Vanity Fair, secondly.
So, the 8 precepts. Please repeat after me, everyone who wishes to renew as well. And then I will ask, will you agree with your full heart to keep these precepts as well as you can? You say, yes, I will. Okay. The 8 precepts. 1, I resolve to abstain from doing harm.
Yes, I will.
Well, first let's repeat them. And then after each one, we'll do the yes, I will. Sorry for my not clear instructions. Start again. The 8 precepts. 1, I resolve to abstain from doing harm.
I resolve to abstain from doing harm,
but to cherish all life.
but to cherish all life.
With all your heart and as best as you can, will you keep this precept?
Yes,
I
will.
Wonderful. Precept 2. I resolve to abstain from taking what is not given.
I resolve to abstain from taking what is not given,
but to respect the things of others.
but to respect the things of others.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Number 3, I resolve to abstain from engaging in sexual misconduct,
I resolve to abstain from engaging in sexual misconduct,
but to practice purity of mind and self-restraint.
but to practice purity of mind and self-restraint.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
4, I resolve to abstain from lying,
I resolve to abstain from lying,
but to speak the truth.
but to speak the truth.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Number 5, I resolve to abstain from partaking in the production and trading of firearms and chemical poisons,
I resolve to abstain from partaking in the production and trade of firearms and chemical poisons.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Number 6. I resolve to abstain from wasting,
I
I
resolve
resolve
to abstain
from wasting,
but to conserve energy and natural resources.
but to conserve energy and natural resources.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Number 7, I resolve to abstain from harboring enmity
I resolve to abstain from harboring enmity
against the wrongs of others,
against the wrongs of others,
but to promote peace and justice
but to promote peace and justice
through non-violent means.
through nonviolent means.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Number 8, I resolve to abstain from clinging to things
I resolve to abstain from clinging to things
that belong to me,
that belong to me,
but to practice generosity and the joy of sharing.
but to practice generosity and the joy of sharing.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Did I miss the one? Because my memory is not good. I resolve to abstain from lying, but to speak the truth.
We got that one. We're good.
Yes, you did?
Yes.
But we can repeat it if you like.
So let's go back. At least I remember sometimes, just later. 4, I resolve to abstain from lying,
I
I resolve to abstain from lying,
but to speak the truth.
but to speak the truth.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Will you review these regularly so that you remember them and they become part of you?
Yes, I will.
As we say in Korean, 감사합니다. And that means a very big thank you. So now let's begin
Haji, they're
with the
on,
people.
they're on the left.
Where are the other certificates?
They're right here.
Oh, right there. You help me with this. I'm gonna put this on. Okay, so please come before me. Shauna. Shauna Byondo Saban was born May 28, 1968, at Morgantown, West Virginia, USA. Is that true? Please repeat after me, Shauna. I am fully aware of the Buddhist path,
I am fully aware of the Buddhist path,
which I'm going to undertake.
which I'm going to undertake.
It is with respect and gratitude
It is with respect and gratitude
that I have recited the 3 refuges,
that I recited the 3 refuges
and repeated the 8 precepts,
and repeated the 8 precepts
and to embrace the teachings of Buddha.
to embrace the teachings of Buddha.
So just know that Shana, soon to have her new Buddhist name, and all of these folks this year, with the guidance of Mo Samsam, Lisa Inouye, and Jogwa Kelly Davenport, have studied each one of these precepts in depth. And those of you who already have taken the precepts have done this as well. So there's a lot of preparation, and it goes on for the rest of our lives in working with these. So Shana, by the privilege given to me by Venerable Doan Sunam, the Dharma master of our organization, in the presence of the Sangha members of the Buddhist Society this past July 4th, it's my pleasure to offer to you the Buddhist name Ilgak, I-L-G-A-K, Ilgak. Please say.
Ilgak.
Everyone, say
Ilgak.
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 And Ilgak means overnight enlightenment. Yeah, so just waiting overnight.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah, tomorrow morning. Okay, so receiving also beads. Michael Aloysius Smith. Aloysius Smith. Please repeat after me. I am fully aware
I am fully aware
of the Buddhist path which I am going to undertake.
of the Buddhist path which I am going to undertake.
It is with respect and gratitude
It is with respect and gratitude
that I have recited the 3 refuges
that I've recited the 3 refuges
and 8 precepts
and 8 precepts
and embraced the teachings of Buddhism.
and embraced the teachings of Buddhism.
Michael Aloysius Smith, who's been around here for decades. So here he is, was born December 10th, 1953 at Delaware, Ohio, USA. Is it true?
Yes.
Mindful of the 3 refuges and 8 precepts that you have taken, I humbly offer you the Buddhist name, Iljon, I-L-J-O-N, Iljon.
Iljan.
Yes, it means before meditation. This is given to you by, and passed to me to give to you by Venerable Doan Sunam in the presence of Sangha members this past July 4th. And now in the presence of Sangha members this July 20th, 2022.
Ilgak.
Now, as you're noticing, as the names are presented, the common name for this precept family is Il, I-L, and it means one, oneness. So add 1 each moment, and many variations of that. It's kind of like your name, eh? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Chelsea Rose Roberts. Chelsea, that's what to put that in. Nice. I am fully aware
I'm fully aware
of the Buddhist path which I'm going to undertake.
of the Buddhist path which I'm going to undertake.
It is with respect and gratitude
It is with respect and gratitude
that I have recited the 3 refuges
that I have recited the 3 refuges
and the 8 precepts,
and the 8 precepts,
and embrace the teachings of Buddhism.
and embrace the teachings of Buddhism.
Chelsea Rose Roberts was born January 19th, 1989 in Ypsilanti, Michigan, USA. It's true. Right? It is with gratitude I give this special Buddhist name to you, which was also offered at the precept ceremony on the 4th of July by Doan Sunam, or Dharma Master. Your Buddhist name is Ilhyang, I-L-H-Y-A-N-G, Ilhyang,
Ilhyang.
Ilhyang. And it means constant and unfailing. Now, this one was in Chicago, and we're doing it again because these are the things that it's wonderful to do over and over again. So, let's get Ursula Tara Nellajoy, right? I am fully aware of the Buddhist path which I am going to undertake.
I'm fully aware of the Buddhist path which I'm going to undertake.
It is with respect and gratitude
It is with respect and gratitude
that I have recited the 3 refuges and the 8 precepts.
that I've recited the 3 refuges and the 8 precepts,
And will embrace the teachings of Buddhism.
and then will embrace the teachings of Buddhism.
Ursula Tara Nellajoy was born April 30th, 1963 at Garden City, Michigan, USA. Is it true?
That's correct.
Mindful of the 3 refuges and 8 precepts which you have recited, together with Sangha members, I humbly offer you the Buddhist name given to me through Doan Sunam of Ilchu, I-L-C-H-U. Ilchu.
Ilchu.
Yeah. Means all round perfect. Now, we have another one.
Yeah, this is for Otto, but it's not here.
Okay. So we have another one, and I think it's for some of our prisons.
Yes, they're on the other side there. And also Chris Kroll.
Yeah.
Couldn't be here
So we
today.
have 2 folks on the outside that were unable to be with us for this ceremony. And then we have 2 people on the inside at the Huron Valley Correction Facility that we will do a presentation at one of their meetings there at the facility. So now it's interesting. People ask, what about this Buddhist name? And who thought of it? Was it just for me or what? And so there's 3 things about the Buddhist name. And one is the first is just the outer meaning, just basically what you got, those words. And then there's an inner meaning that as you're called your name, and as you think about your name, it takes on a real life for you. Mm-hmm. And then there's a 3rd level. It's the secret level. You have to find that too. So will you?
Yes.
Yes, I will.
Everyone, will you?
Yes, I will.
You see, there's a lot of energy in the room. We're so lucky and fortunate to be doing this with other folks who are making an effort like this. Okay, let's see what the next part is. Okay. So I would like, at this point in the ceremony to have those who've taken the precepts before and offer wisdom on how do you now work with these precepts, and what wisdom have you yourself found in working with them. So Jogwa will take around the microphone. And so for those who have been working with the precepts and have had Buddhist names maybe for a decade or two, what wisdom do you have to offer these new folks, these new Buddhists? And please say your name and what it means too. And could you stand up, please? Sorry. Yes, I will. Please do it.
I am Hasang,
Yes.
and Hasang means Buddha who serves the other Buddhas, which is actually quite relevant to what I'm about to say, which is, as my job, I serve the public, and many years, decades actually, I was serving alcohol to the public. And I didn't feel good about this. And even after I took my precepts, some of my jobs, this was part of the job. And I struggled with this, but I recently made a sort of career change based on my precepts in order to live the precepts more fully and respect the precepts. I put the effort in, I changed my job, and I am so much happier now. I make fresh juices at Arbor Farms, and you can come have a fresh vegetable juice anytime. But just yesterday I was thinking, putting the carrots through the machine and knowing with my whole heart that I'm upholding the precepts in daily life and that I'm serving this person something I really believe is going to make them better somehow from inside. It was so rewarding. And so that's how one way the precepts have guided my life choices.
My name is Magamok, and it means mountain ash. That's a type of tree. And I would say you may find after a while that you haven't been practicing in a while, and you feel bad about that. And so my advice is don't beat yourself up over that, because with practice, it's very easy to fall off the wagon, and it's just as easy to get back on the wagon.
Good morning. I'm Sabang, which means north, south, east, and west, which means I've been looking everywhere for you. I'm glad I found you. Just two things, two short things. Trust the process and enjoy the journey.
My name is Pamal, which means foam, F-O-A-M.
What does it mean, poem?
Foam.
Foam. Foam?
Foam.
Like in
Like foam bubbling
Like
in
F.
the water.
Please spell it. Oh, foam, that's right.
No advice, but just a comment on how I approached it and how I needed to change the way I was approaching it. So I jumped immediately, which is the way I live life, into trying to figure out the secret meaning. And after a while, I decided I needed to go back and pay attention to the literal meaning, foam, and get used to that and what that means to me.
Hello, friends. My name is Nojak. And when I got the name from Samu Sunem, he told me that it meant hard work. And when he saw the terror in my eyes, he said, oh, and the fruits of hard work. What I would share is this. I think what I've learned since I took my precepts is to really focus on the journey aspect of it. Not so much a destination, but the journey. Because over time, as you work with these things, they manifest differently.
And even as Haju Sunan was going through them this morning, we got to one of them, which I had checked off the list a long time ago and said, oh, I've got this one down. Yeah, not so much, because things change. So it's a constant practice, and it's a constant journey. But to reinforce my friend's comment, enjoy the journey.
Hi, I'm Junction. I got my Buddhist name probably about 10 years ago, and it means wholesome mind. I feel like over the 10 years, I've kind of been here and practicing, and then I kind of fell away for a while, and now I'm back. And I feel like, although like it kind of felt like, oh goodness, why did you like go away and then come back, and like what's going on? I actually feel like I've uncovered a little bit more about the meaning of my name, and I feel like it's really helped me with my journey. So good luck to you guys.
My name is Irwan, and I'm not sure if that's spelled with an L or an R. Do I have to press a button?
Please put it closer to your.
Okay. My name is Irwan, and I took the precepts many years ago. I have forgotten what the meaning of the name is. But what I've done with the precepts is to consider them to be sort of presets in terms of my first thoughts about what happens during the day. The one which I think about the most is to think about the lives of other people, to be committed to keeping lives. And my thoughts from the beginning were, a child runs across the street and he's going to get hit with a car. And I want to be there to take the child off the road, even if I should be injured in doing that. It's just a parable that I use for a lot of things. And I still have dreams sometimes of seeing someone crossing the street and me going out and bumping them out of the way. But it's that first thought of how you deal with a situation, which is important. Maybe it's appropriate, maybe it's not appropriate, but it's the first instinct.
Ewan, I'm not sure of your exact name either, meaning, but because it's in the ill family, the oneness family, just your story talks about that oneness, the interbeing. Yeah. Thank you for all these years of that.
The Dharma name I was given is Pajashin, which means great capacity. And before I received it, it was unknown to me that I had a great capacity, and there were many times I thought I had none. But, I have this name, so I realize I have a great capacity to continue the precepts in my life. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Simone, and my name is basically equivalent to Shramana, which you might know from studies as an ascetic monk, type that would do meditation on their own, out in the woods. And I like that, but maybe the secret meaning for me is the inverse of that, is that I come from my spirituality of the earth and nature and come here and found it in people. And it's wonderful to be here with all you Buddhists.
Jumbo, please do yours.
Oh, sure.
Yoga has a really interesting Buddhist name.
So my Buddhist name is Jagwa, Jagwa, and it means my fault, my misdeed, question mark, exclamation point. So, yeah, when I would, when we visited Korea and the monks and nuns asked what translation of the name I had been given, they thought it was very funny as well. So my advice would be that you don't need to go any other place or be any other person in order to work with the precepts in your life. So right where you are is the right place to be. I saw a hand. You have advice, Pablo?
Thank you very much. I took the precepts 15 years ago, but in a Tibetan community, and we don't receive a name. But in the Jewish community, my name is Elias, which is quite a name that I like, and because of its meaning for the path of wisdom. I like the mixture of being a warrior, and that means do not indulge too much with yourself, and particularly with your laziness in life. And the association of being a warrior with the search of wisdom. I like this association of the warrior with the wise man. Thank you.
It's wonderful to hear from all of you folks, eh?
Hi, friends. My name is Pashu, which means to watch, or just watch. And I want to talk about the precepts for a minute, which is to say that for many of us, and I'm sure this is the case for many of us here, when we did the precept class, my thought was, but I already made these agreements with the universe, with myself, right? Like if you ended up here, probably you'd already made many of these decisions. And so my orientation was this realization that I had this opportunity to make these decisions with others. And that what was happening for me was a community of people where we came to these agreements together, which meant that there's so much of living is so crushing, which is, how do I negotiate how complex it is out there? How do I make these choices? How do I not harm? Do I eat that? Do I eat this? Do I do this? Do I do that? And now I get this feeling of, oh, we all get to figure it out together. And that was the great blessing of getting this name and doing it with you all. Together, we get to have the collective wisdom.
Hello, my name is Kapun. It means wave and wind. I only took the precepts in 2020, and I think the way that I've interpreted my name has changed many times over just those few years. The thing that has been, that has stood out the most for me is that I first thought the literal, what does that mean, the wave and wind and the interactions of those. But I find myself kind of like the precepts, pausing and noticing my own behavior, my own thoughts, my own feelings, and seeing that name and those precepts in a different way. And it continually evolves, and it's a very beautiful thing. Thank you.
Afterwards, we're going to have a reception outside in the backyard. So if you have further things that I'll start again. Afterwards, we are going to have a reception in the backyard. If you have further things you'd like to share with each other, that will be the time. Okay, so we're going to go on now with a little bit of our appointment ceremony for Ma'um. So I see Magamak is helping with this ceremony. And Ma'um, could you please come up here? And I think kneel down first in front of the camera so that I know we have people all around the country with us every week. And so I'm sure that's the same now. And to begin with, Ma'un, would like you to please offer your recitation of the 10 Great Precepts. Here they are. So these are also called the Bodhisattva precepts, and they're a little more extensive than the precepts that have been just taken with our new preceptees. Yes, see.
Well, why don't you?
Too much.
Thank you. So the journey with precepts never ends. So the version I am sharing with you is from Brahma's Net Sutra. 10 Bodhisattva precepts. 1. Do not harm, but cherish all life.
Please do it in the version you did in Chicago where you said I.
Yes, ma'am. If I violate this precept, I will destroy my seed of compassion. Therefore, I will not be able to go forth on the Bodhisattva path. Number 2, do not take what is not given, but respect the things of others. If I violate this precept, I will destroy my seed of virtue. Therefore, I will not be able to go forth on the Bodhisattva path. 3, do not engage in sexual misconduct, but practice purity of mind and self-restraint. If I violate this precept, I will destroy my seed of purity. Therefore, I will not be able to go forth on the Bodhisattva path. 4, do not lie, but speak the truth. If I violate this precept, I will destroy my seed of truth.